Arming teachers. It was an ABC6 town hall on gun violence where the Buckeye Firearms Association announced it would train teachers how to shoot.
Now, more than 1,000 are signed up. Classes starting in the spring.
Fox 28's Tara Morgan is the first Central Ohio reporter to actually go through some of the training. She's here tonight to show us firsthand what those teachers will face. Tara.
Well, I spent 5 hours with instructors at a Southern Ohio weapons training school where 24 Ohio teachers will learn how to protect their students. It's intense role-playing training that experts believe will save lives in real classrooms. Terror in a school library.
Ed, get on the ground, get on the ground.
Role play that feels so real, my heart is pounding.
Get the kids on the ground.
But before I take on the threat barreling through the door,
don't pinch yourself.
I have to first show I can handle a gun.
Grip, slide, sights, trigger.
My training partner, Liz Lane, she has no experience.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't fired a gun in over 10 years.
You're hunched over. Now you're in control.
On this day, both of us will do something we've never done before.
You're going to point a gun at a human being. Me.
No way.
Instructor John Model doesn't have a death wish. The guns aren't loaded, but he wants to make a point.
You have to know that if you have to point this gun at someone, you can pull the trigger.
Two beginners learning the basics before forced into making split-second decisions.
We're going to look at our threat and just push the gun forward, finding the sights.
The more experience, the better when faced with real dangers like at Sandy Hook, says Tactical Defense Institute owner John Benner.
Would you want your child to be in a firing squad? Do you want them to be a victim? Or do you want to give somebody a chance to save their life?
24 out of more than 1,200 interested teachers across the country will be hand-picked for the special class. They'll have concealed carry permits. But this specialized training takes it up a notch, or 3.
There's going to be fear.
Focusing on mindsets.
If you think about that, look at the position that you're in.
Tactics.
It actually puts them in live situations and allows them to perform under stress.
Back to the schoolhouse scenario. We've got cameras covering all the angles as we play the role of teachers.
Imagine, that you're responsible now. People are screaming and dying.
Ed here is the assistant principal. We're pretending to watch over 6 children in a library. 6 souls to protect from a madman.
Scenario begins.
Don't get me.
Not a dry run, but what the instructors want us to experience without guns.
So you've got one of 2 options here, really. And one is to either physically attack
Him or get out.
Yeah, or get out. And you actually have a good option of getting out.
I felt helpless.
What was that? Stay back, stay back. I'll find out what's going on. What's going on? What's happening out here?
In both cases, the shooter took out Ed and the children. We were next.
What would be your response to this?
That would be very difficult unless I try to tackle the guy and take my own life for theirs.
Much different endings with a gun within arm's reach.
We're going to arm you.
Loaded with airsoft pellets so no one gets hurt.
Shut up!
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! There's somebody with a gun! What's going on? What's happening?
Down!
Now,
Okay.
things to think about. Okay, you don't want to go up and disarm him.
Right.
You're keeping an eye on him. That's good. You've got some cover. That's terrific.
Here's how I handled the bad guy.
Ed, get on the ground, get on the ground.
There's a shooter behind!
Get the kids on the ground.
A full-on ambush. Even though I took out the shooter,
We lost our focus, and we ran right out in the middle there, didn't we?
I should have taken cover.
So get behind the wall.
There we go. There we go.
Not perfect,
You guys did a good job and with almost no training.
While some educators believe classroom instruction should be the focus for teachers, Benner says those willing and able can also take on the role of protector.
Well, I hate the thought of that myself, to be perfectly honest with you. But it's unfortunate that it's necessary.
When time isn't on their side.
When you dial 911, what are you calling for? You're calling for somebody to come in here with a gun, aren't you? That's going to arrive, unfortunately, way too late.
3 days training for teachers may not sound like much, but Benner says it's a start.
Let's give them a chance. Let's give them a chance to win and to save lives.
My heart's just racing just watching that,
Yeah.
just
Mine
going
too.
through that. Yeah, it was an incredible experience.
So how did you feel after going through the training? Do you feel that you could do what you needed to do in
I would
this
think I would
situation?
need a lot more training. These teachers will be going through 3 days. I went through 5 hours.
Right.
So, I mean, I did some things that were wrong there. I didn't take cover when I should have, and I just went out full on and exposed myself.
Right.
So, yeah, I think, and you know, he says again that, you know, to have this, it has to be repeated over
Right,
and over for it to
absolutely.
be beneficial.
Now, when we had this topic come up and they offered schooling for teachers who were interested during our town meeting, we were all there. It was controversial. People were mixed, but now there seems so much interest. Did the school expect this much interest in this class?
He's not surprised at all by the amount of interest. I mean, over 1,200 people have expressed interest in this, and he couldn't quite put a finger on as to why, whether people were just fed up or it was fear that was driving this, but he actually says some of his regular students are teachers themselves. So there are already people that are going through this.
All right. Well, Tara Morgan, great story.
Sure, thank you.
All right.